guys, welcome to Colonel McDougal's Update Podcast. Uh, yeah, guys, I had a lot of technical difficulties, and I don't know what was going on. Apparently, the microphone right here wasn't working correctly in that little intro you saw. So, yeah, is what it is. Real quick, guys, before we jump into our main topics, so I want to kind of show this off back here, guys. I watch a lot of other YouTubers who have like a huge collection of like toys and comic books and all. And I do have some comic books. I just don't have a good way to show them. But I'm not a collector. I love pop culture and I love nerd culture, but I'm really not a collector. This is the few things that I want to collect, and I'll have pictures coming up too that you'll see right there. But yeah, I just want to show this off. Kind of give me a little bit of street cred for my nerdiness. Hopefully, my work in and of itself, guys. You see in the cartoons, like especially with the Colonel McDougal cartoon that you saw beginning this, that I love all things nerd. I don't know what other way to say it, but I'm not a collector. That's not a part of who I am. If something doesn't serve a purpose, I normally get rid of it as soon as I can. I try not to collect things. I do have a huge collection of books, and I have a ton of books. And maybe one day, guys, I'll show you that collection. Maybe I'll set up a shelf in the back at some point where it's got all of my fantasy books and stuff like that. That would be kind of cool because I do, guys. If you can see my living room, which is way out over there, way out, it's probably like 15 yards over there. But if you could see my living room, you would see all my books on the floor right now because I did have some bookshelves that sadly enough did not work out, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Don't judge me. Anyways, let's get into the main topics here, guys. So please, guys, give a shout out to Arcto. He is the music composer and artist that set the music for the video I posted last week now, I believe it was. I'm doing all of this, guys, so late because I didn't realize my last video, the audio wasn't working, just to clarify. But Arcto is the musical artist. I did the animation work, and yeah, it was fantastic, guys. I love how it turned out. I love his music. I love how my animation was looped, and it fits so well together with the character Leslie Silver. Really, just I don't know. That's like a moment you'd be like, "Hey, I'd like to sit down and just read with her," and that's it, guys. You enjoy that moment. Anyways, so big shout out to Arcto. Amazing. Dude, I love it. And guys, I'm going to leave it up to Arcto to interact with anything you guys have to say, any comments to be made. It was my first, and I believe his first collaboration on any type of project because he's trying to get out there into the musical world and get his name known. Because unlike me, guys, he is actually a trained musical artist, has a background in music. I don't have a background in anything. So everything, guys, that you're seeing on my channel is pretty recent, within the last 2 years. Now, that's not to say, guys, that I haven't been doing artwork for the last 20 years, because I have been, but it's been on my own. I don't study it. I never went to school for it. I had one or two people show me some, hey, try this technique, try that technique. That's about as close to a teacher as I ever had. All right, so let's move forward into our first main topic. So with the animation loop, guys, Precipitation, I pushed my animation software to the absolute limits. Like, there was one night I was working on it, and then the next night I came back to it. I did my normal saves, guys. I save like every so often because in this type of work, you can never save enough. Trust me, that is true. If you guys are new to art, you're looking to get into art, and this is true for composing music or anything, guys, you can never save enough. I would go so far even as to set like maybe a 15, heck, about 5-minute timer to remind yourself, go ahead and just save. Go ahead and just save. And you never want to save over a previous save. You want a fresh new save. That way, if you mess something up and you didn't catch it, you can always go back to just before you made that mistake and go from there. If you constantly resave over and over and over on, 2 or 3 saves, never save just to one file, guys. That is silly. But again, if you save to just 2 or 3 files and jump back and forth, at some point you will make a mistake, and it is going to be hard to go back and fix it because you'll be so far into your process. Anyways, the software, guys, TV Paint is my main software. I pushed it to the limit. It was so bad, guys, that it started merging my frames together, and I still don't understand what it was doing because her eyes, if you guys go back and look at Precipitation, Leslie Silver's eyes, they move, and when I went back from the final time, her eyes were kind of merged. Like, let's say this was her left and right eyes, they would be at this point and they would have merged with the final frame, because it was one just continuous thing, a loop, but they had merged, so it looked like 4 eyes moving constantly, and it was weird. Now I had to take time to go back and fix that, and then I noticed that the toes, at some point I realized the toes weren't set right, like the timing was off. I don't know how they got, it was like 2 frames off, and I don't even know how that happened. I'll take responsibility, guys, but I seriously have no idea. Maybe I messed up somewhere, but I'm pushing the software to the limits. And that is the whole point of me doing all this right now, guys. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to learn how to do this stuff. And, as many errors as I can make now, that will mean less errors I make in the future and how to make it look amazing. I think that's going to be great. It's got me pretty excited, guys, because I do have a 5-year plan to start a true animation company, and I'll talk more about that at a later date, just because it's been suggested to not talk about it, guys. And this is coming from someone who's in the know, who's dealt with lawyers, dealt with the law on regarding copyrights and all, because you'll see McDougal's down there popping up a lot from here on out, guys, because I want to make sure any and everything I post has my name on it, and I can claim it as mine if I see someone out there stealing it, because artists get their stuff stolen all the time, guys. Musical, artists, you name it, they steal it. So got to keep a track on that, guys. I don't want anybody taking all of my hard work and claiming it for themselves and making money for themselves off of everything I do. So yeah, guys, with the software, TV Paint again is what I use. Originally it was set for a 5-second loop, and I don't know what happened on that final save, but that 5-second loop, everything just got conjumbled because I originally wanted to set it to a 2-minute loop. I only did 5 seconds to kind of just see what I could do. And when I went back to extend it, that's when everything just went to heck, guys. What you see currently, if you go back and look at either one of those videos, is the 15-second loop. For right now, guys, I'm just going to leave it at that. Mainly because any views and everything on that, if I try to fix that video and re-upload, I would lose those videos, views on that video. And Arcto worked really hard on that, and I'm constantly working on stuff, guys. If I'm not at my regular job, I'm sitting right over there doing as much work as I possibly can. In fact, this is part of me taking a break right now from animating, is to come here and chit chat with you guys. And that's just what I do. Very rarely have time to play video games anymore, which I'm a big gamer, or I used to be, till I started really focusing on animation. Because if you guys haven't seen it, I do have a Let's Play channel for video games. I think it's Colonel McDougal Let's Play. Guys, I don't keep up with that channel. Maybe if I get the free time in the future, I might try and post again because I actually like making that content because, for one, I'm good at it. I mean, hold up. I am good at it, guys. I'm not the most entertaining person, but I'm good at the editing. I think some of the people on here that have seen my videos can attest to that, that I'm really good at editing it. My commentary, my gameplay, mediocre at best, I guess, but I'm really good at editing. I love doing the compiled, what do you call that? Where I was cutting scenes and putting music together. I was really good at doing that. Shoot, what is the name? Like when you see Rocky training in the movies, what is that called? Training. Shoot, I can't think of the word. Anyways, I don't want to bore you guys with the detail, but yeah, I was really good at compiling those types of quick edits and putting music to it. And I love doing stuff like that. Maybe in the future, if I find someone who wants me as their editor, maybe I'll get back to doing that. But as for me and myself, guys, that's secondary. I've said it 1,000 times. Maybe one day I'll get back into it, but we'll move on from there. But last but not least, guys, we're going to talk about Black Chain Shadow Strife. I'm thinking about reducing the name on that just to Shadow Strife. Black Chain is the name of the main character. Oh, well, let me rephrase this. Black Chain is the shadow name of the main character. And I don't want to get too much into explaining shadow and what I mean by shadow name, because I want the cartoon, the animation to speak for itself, guys. But all you have to know is when they choose to live the life of a shadow, there are some perks that come with it, and there are some pretty nasty things that come with it. And when Shibaru chose that life, uh, he took on the name Black Chain, and it should be pretty evident from some of the stuff, the poster I made and all. Should be pretty evident. In fact, in the last update video, if you guys saw it, his profile thing, which was right there. Man, that looks funny. I got to figure out a better way to do it. There we go. But the profile picture that was right there, he's got the Black Chain out, and just a extremely minute spoiler. He's called Black Chain because of the black chain that connects his two swords, which you probably won't see him actually use that ability till the second season, guys. And with that said, we're gonna talk about Black Chain Shadow Strife in season 2. So season 1 is me just trying to get familiar with animating, trying to show what it is I'm trying to animate, trying to understand how do I convey this movement, how do I convey this emotion, how do I do, this, that, and the other. That's what season 1 is really teaching me. I learned a little bit with that first episode of Blue Collar Life, but this, guys, this is a whole nother level. This animation quality is through the roof for me. I'm not Disney. I'm not Studio Ghibli. Heck, I'm not even whatever studio that makes Family Guy. I'm learning all this on my own. So for me, this is one heck of a step up from the animation quality of Blue Collar Life. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the little tidbits I'm throwing out there. And that's season 1. Season 2, guys. There's only going to be 5 episodes for season 1. Season 2, which I think I'm going to start this depending on how much work I'm able to get done, guys. I think I'm going to start really, really, really trying to advertise season 2. And with that said, I'm going to set up a GoFundMe. I'm going to set up a Kickstarter. I'm going to set up an Indiegogo, whatever it takes, guys. Season 2 will be the big push to see if I can build money to become an animator. And I don't know, guys, it's kind of scary thinking about it because I have a super stable job, guys. I make good money. In my house, I live by myself, and I can easily afford the payments. You know, I live alone, so if need be, I can eat ramen noodles for weeks on end and be fine with whatever. But uh, stepping out into the world, guys, and really putting myself out there to see if I can make it being an animator, it's a scary thought because I just bought this house. I do have a mortgage, and it's the first time in my life. Well, I say first time for a mortgage, guys. I've been on my own for years and years. So, heck, I'm in my mid 30s. If you're not on your own by the time you're in your early 20s, something's wrong with you. Just saying. Uh, and please, guys, don't get offended. You still live with your parents and you're over the age of 25. Do what you need to, but every single day you should be working to get it out on your own. We're gonna leave that there. But yeah, so season two, I'm really gonna push to see if I can become an animator, guys. And if I can make enough money, I haven't set a like a budget or anything to quit working and focus on making a legitimate, like, network worthy cartoon. Because again, guys, what I have in current Black Chain Shadow Strife episode 1, you know, it's me learning. I still haven't even tried doing like a large chunk of shading, a large chunk of um, more fluid movements. I'm getting there. The fight sequence, guys, this is the culmination of everything I learned right now. And the fight sequences looks amazing right now. There's going to be a point where the character Shio and the character Inishi kind of have a back and forth, and then it switches over to Shibaru, and that is when my quality, I believe, is going to be top notch for my current standing. Remember, I don't have, you know, decades experience animating, and I know some people are getting tired of me saying that, but guys, you got to understand where I'm coming from. I started the animation journey 2 years ago. Well, about 2.5 years ago, but the first year of that was me working with what's like flash cartoons, bone rigging and stuff like that, where I just created a character and I can manipulate them. Blue Collar Life, that's what all that was. The only part of it that was frame by frame was the little tiny dance sequence. Uh, yeah, so it is what it is. Uh, this is my dream, guys. This is what I want to do. You know, I couldn't win an animation contest right now to save my life, guys. But 30 years from now, I want to take on Disney. I want to take on all these companies that are producing great cartoons. You know, the name of the company that produced the Castlevania anime on Netflix. It looks amazing. The I love the animation style. The fights are fluid. The characters look great. That's the type of stuff I want to take on and compete with, guys. So I'm building up to it. I'm building up to it. It will take time. Now, with that said, guys, we're going to talk about something very near and dear to my heart. And I see a lot in my personal life of people struggling with this. And it's almost kind of weird to me, guys, because I don't struggle with this particular topic because I'm very hard headed. Once I set my mind to something, I charge like a bull. But chasing dreams and finding a purpose in life. I know a lot of people that have just given up and relegated themselves to a very meager life, and I don't get that, guys. I mean, if you're happy, you're happy. That's one thing. But you can't look at me with cookie crumbles on your chest and, you know, you haven't shaved in a week, you haven't bathed in a few days. You can't tell me you're happy with that kind of life. You can't. I just don't believe it. Chase your dreams, my friends. Chase those dreams. If you don't have a dream, get your butt out there and figure it out. A lot of people are just afraid to put themselves out there. And I don't know. Guys, I don't come from a perfect home. I don't come from a perfect family. Majority of my childhood, my parents were at each other's throat. No, they're not divorced, but they should have been long ago. And to this day, they still fight like crazy, crazy maniacs. Um, but I don't know. Maybe that's their version of love. I don't know. But they're both highly religious and conservative. I've gone away from that walk myself. I am not religious. I am not conservative. That's another topic. I don't even want to get into politics on here, guys. You do you. I don't understand what's so hard about that. You do you. Let me do me. You know, let Ted do Ted. Let Jennifer do Jennifer. Let Dakota do Dakota. Whatever. Let them be them. Mind your business. Focus on yourself. Make yourself the best version of yourself. Get that through your head. God, irks me. All right, guys. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. Thank you for hanging out, guys. Thanks for watching my video. Hopefully you're enjoying all the content I'm bringing, guys. I am struggling as hard as I can to bring content, update you guys. Check out my Facebook, guys. I post way more on my Facebook about little short things than I do here on YouTube. So if you want to be up to date, you want to be in the know, check out my Facebook. Links just right, or yeah, it's going to be right down there. But if you go right below my finger, you'll see Facebook McDougal's Mind. All you got to do is in the search bar, McDougal's Mind, you'll see the cartoon head of Colonel McDougal. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out, and we will see you in the next one. Later.